Hi, Boris. My name is Ellen, and I'll be doing this essay correction for you today. Let's take a look straight away at what you've written. You have a letter here to the manager of a cinema. Let's see what you wrote. Dear Sir, Madam, I'm writing this letter with the hope to return my jacket, which I left in the hall after watching the film Forsage 9 in your movie theater at 6 p.m. yesterday. Okay, to begin with, I would like to describe my jacket. It is quite an old blue jacket with white buttons. The distinctive feature of this jacket can be that there are no buttons on the left sleeve. I do believe that it will be extremely easy to spot my jacket because I will give you some information about where I was seated. I was sitting in the last row on seat 5, but as there was nobody sitting to the right of me, I laid my jacket on seat 6. I hope that nobody has taken the jacket. Thus, I would greatly appreciate it if you or one of your employees could check the seat and inform me of whether my jacket is still there. The best way to contact me is by telegram or Viber, since it is not always convenient for me to speak by phone due to my tight schedule. My phone number is this. I am looking forward to receiving a message from you. Yours faithfully. Sorry. Yes. Okay. So this is very good. Definitely detailed, definitely formal language. You did a lot of things really well here. Very well. It's a little long. So my first question would be if it took you 20 minutes to write all of this, because remember in task one, you don't want to go over 20 minutes. Okay, so it's actually all right. I checked it, and the word count is exactly 199 words. We don't count this beginning, we don't count this end. So right here, you're at 199 words, which I think is within the realm of being okay. So as far as length is concerned, so it's fine. What I wanted to talk to you about are some areas that felt a little awkward. They're not, I don't want to say grammatical mistakes per se, but there were some examples of awkward language. Let me show you what I mean. I am writing this letter with the hope to return my jacket. We don't say with the hope to return. We would say something else here. I'm writing this letter with the hope that my jacket will be returned, or with the hope of finding my jacket. That's more appropriate here. Okay, so with the hope to return is wrong, but with the hope of maybe reclaiming my jacket, that would have been better. One of these that I'm suggesting would have been better than this. So you didn't really leave it after watching the film. You left it, I guess, at some point during the film. So that felt a little strange to me too. So you could have said, which I left. Let me see. I'm writing this letter in hopes of. You could have said that too. In hopes of finding my jacket, which I left um, in your movie theater during the film this at 6 p.m. yesterday. Okay, or just during the film Forsage 9 yesterday. You don't even have to say the time. Okay, so any one of those would have been correct. Like I said, I don't want to call it a grammatical mistake exactly. I mean, yeah, this was a little bit of grammar because we wouldn't have said this with hope to return. Grammatically, that's wrong. But the rest of it is a little bit stylistic. It's a little bit just unnatural language. So it kind of falls under like categories of both grammar and vocabulary. Okay. This paragraph was fine to me. Uh, One thing that I don't love here, and I really want to talk about it, I think further down in the letter, was your use of the word jacket. One of the things that examiners are looking for is to see how well you handle cohesion. And there are a lot of different forms of cohesion. One of them is lexical cohesion. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to keep repeating the same word. I'd like to describe my jacket. It is an old jacket. The distinctive features of this jacket. So this is a lot of repetition of the word jacket that you really could have avoided. So let's talk about where you needed the word jacket and where you should have gotten rid of it. To begin with, I would like to describe my jacket. It is quite old, comma, blue, or, okay. It is quite old, comma, blue, and has white buttons. That would have been okay. All right. So you can see I took out the word jacket here. You didn't repeat it again. And then if you took it out here, it's okay to include it here, the distinctive features of this jacket. Because we know which jacket you're talking about. It's fine. You've already expressed that. But I do feel like having the word jacket in each of the 3 sentences in this paragraph is too much. You should have made an effort to get rid of one of them. Alternatively, what you could have done is, to begin with, I would like to describe my jacket. It is quite an old jacket with blue and white buttons. Its distinctive features is that there are no buttons on the left sleeve. So that's another way to do it. So 2 times is fine, but when you went to that 3rd time, it just really felt too much. Let's go on. So check this out too. Look, it'll be easy to find my jacket. There was no one sitting next to me. I laid my jacket. I hope that nobody has taken my jacket. So again, you missed a wonderful opportunity to show the examiner that you know how to handle elements of cohesion really well. Okay, so let's look at this paragraph a bit. I do believe that it will be extremely easy to spot my jacket. Let's see. This felt just a little unnatural to me. It's not wrong, it just didn't really feel natural. How about this? I do believe that it will be extremely easy to find my jacket with the information I will provide you. Okay? That makes a little more sense. Then I was sitting in the last row in seat 5, but as there was nobody sitting next to me, I laid my jacket on seat 6, so I hope nobody has taken it. Okay? Again, that's a better way of doing this, combining and not using the word jacket all the time. Let's see. And then this was fine. I had no problems with it. So it was really this element of cohesion, this repetition of the word jacket, and then some other areas that just felt a little awkward and not really totally natural English. Other than that, I think you did a great job. Does it sound like we're talking about details here? Yes, it should, because we are. We're talking about details. On the whole, I thought this was well done. It was well executed. But if you are aiming for one of those higher band scores, applying some of these suggestions will definitely help you be on your way to succeeding in that. Okay, so let's take a look here at your task 2. Let's take a look at this now. Some people believe that personal happiness is directly related to economic success. Others believe that there are other factors. Discuss both views and give your opinion. So let's see what you said. It is generally believed by the lay public that only personal economic success can keep people happy, while others hold the view that there is a host of things that bring happiness to humans. This essay discusses both perspectives, but I agree with the latter. All right. I think this was a good attempt. I think it was a good introduction overall. I think that you could have changed a little more around. Let me show you what I mean. So, uh, you know what happened? The structure of this first sentence felt really, really very similar to what was here. So essentially, you changed like a few words around, but on the whole, it was very similar. So, what examiners are looking for is to see if you can really create your own kind of sentence here. Okay. So, in other words, let me show you what I mean. You wrote lay public, they wrote some people. And then you essentially just rearrange the word order. So they talked about economic success. You said personal economic success. They wrote personal happiness. you wrote keep people happy. So it feels very, very similar. I absolutely understand that you've tried to change some of the language around, but on the whole, it reads like a very similar sentence. And so that's not going to serve you well. Um, and then take a look at this. The other part of the sentence, others believe that there are, you wrote, while others hold the view. It's all very identical. So you needed to try to change this around a little more, making it a sentence that is truly um, your own writing, essentially. And there are a million ways to do this, really, not even a million. There are countless ways to do this. So that's what I would have liked to see. Then you said that you're going to discuss both perspectives, which is fine. You're supposed to do that. And then you said, I disagree. I'm sorry. You said that you agree with the latter. You need to be careful with this because there are rules about the former and the latter. I think a lot of IELTS students generally overuse this expression, the former and the latter. There are very specific rules about it. So I want you to revise those rules a little bit, how you can use them appropriately, and then see if this is actually an appropriate way of using the latter. Okay? So let's go and see what you wrote here. One thing that I want to point out to you is the expression on the one hand. When you use it, you are basically obliging yourself, you're making it necessary to use on the other hand. These two expressions go together. So it's not appropriate to use one but not the other. Okay? So if you used on the one hand here, then you were basically committing to using on the other hand here. So just keep that in mind. All right. So on the one hand, on the one hand, many are of the view that the more money they earn, the happier they feel. That's a good grammatical structure. Great. Personal economic development is able to bring a new standard in their lives. For example, people prefer to drive expensive cars, rent luxury apartments on their trips, and buy meals in restaurants because with such things they feel happier. Moreover, affluent people are capable of purchasing good health insurance without the A here, which will be useful to support their health in case they fall severely ill. Opting for investing in a health plan can help catch grave illnesses early and make it easier to take care of medical expenses, leaving a person with one less thing to worry about. All right, this is great. I really like that. I think that's a wonderful paragraph. Well developed, grammatically accurate, great vocabulary. No problems, really. I thought this was really well done. So, here, on the other hand, an alternative position argues that there exists a wide range of other factors which may affect happiness. Now, here, I feel like this is directly translated from another language. There exist. Um, this is something I see from non-native speakers of English. Typically, a native speaker of English would say there are a wide range of other factors. That's the more natural way of doing this. The main one is family. A friendly family with children can make every family member happier. All right, now careful. Look at this. This is what I was telling you in the task one, too. Family, family, family in such a short span of time. Look, let me just highlight it for you. Okay, so let me read it again, and you can see just how family feels so repetitive. However, an alternative position argues that there are a wide range of other factors which may affect happiness. The main one is family. A friendly family with children can make every family member happier. Okay, so and then look at this. For instance, no, for instance, children in a nuclear family feel much happier than without parents. So again, it's really just overusing this word, and you're not showing your ability to use cohesion with finesse. And that's one thing I want you to work on. So, what could you have done here instead? There are a wide range of factors which can affect happiness. The main one is you know what I would have even done here? I would have combined these. I would have said the main let's see, there are many factors which may affect happiness. The main one of which is family. All right, so combine it there. And then here, because this sentence isn't really helping you a whole lot, I would make it a little bit more like support. So you said the main one of which is family, and then you could say make it like it's a statistic. You could say it has been found that adults and children in healthy families are much happier than those who are not. Okay? And then, for instance, children in a nuclear family feel much happier than those without parents because they have the ability to play with parents, and economic success does not play a significant role for them. I don't understand that part. Are you comparing it to the why money is not important? I wouldn't have written that. That felt a little strange to me. Who is it not significant for? The children? So I would have left that out. Um okay. Another aspect is helping people. Altruism is able to make the lives of those who help others significantly happier because giving to others, get rid of this comma here, activates an area of the brain linked with contentment and the reward cycle. This area has been shown to play a role in the brain's reward system, giving humans that feeling of satisfaction when performing a pleasant activity. That's lovely. That's really nice. Let's see. There are other factors. Okay. In conclusion, people have different opinions about what exactly can bring personal happiness in their lives, be it personal economic success or other things. In my opinion, people may be happy doing necessary things such as helping others or creating a family because a generous and family man might be a happy person regardless of their economic status. Okay, that's fine. So I thought this was good. Again, there were a couple of instances of cohesion that I thought could have been handled better. It's a detail because I thought the rest of the essay was really well done. I thought you did a very good job in general. I didn't see in your email if you told us anything about your plans for IELTS or if you've taken it before. I want to look at that email a little more closely. I'd be curious to see what your plans are and if you've taken it before with what score. So feel free to write back to us and tell us that information. I think you are definitely on the right path. I think you're doing really well. I think that if you've got, even just several days essentially before your IELTS exam, you may want to consider taking an essay correction package with us so that we can continue giving you feedback and tell you tips on how you can improve your writing to do well in IELTS. So if that's something you would like to do, I definitely encourage you to do it. I look forward to working with you, so I want to wish you lots and lots of luck.